Okay, so we're going to look at what happens when our arrays get too big and we have to allocate memory. Um, so the way it works is all our variables are going to be stored in the RAM. Um, uh, and you should have like, oh, plenty of RAM to do this, but sometimes you make your array so big, it won't let you do that. Because what it does is when it sees this here, it's going to set aside a chunk of memory in the RAM. Um, but it only allows these chunks to be so big. There's a way to allocate memory to get even bigger, where it spreads out the allocation throughout the RAM. So let's look at this here. So I have in here is 100,000. We're going to find the 100,000 prime. That should work. We should get that. Okay, we got it right there. But good. Well, let's make it one more, a million. Um, Now you storing a million integers is fine. That's you got plenty of RAM to do that. At least I do on here. Um, but look what happens. Well, let it run a little bit. Yeah, okay. Boom, it crashed, and it takes you here. This is just saying, hey, we have a stack overflow. We ran out of memory, is what this happened. Uh, but physically, we got plenty of memory. So this is where we're going to look at allocation. So we're going to stop this debugging now, uh, and we're going to allocate some memory. So first, we're just going to we're going to change our array to this. This is telling the computer, this here's a pointer. This is telling it, say, hey, we're going to have a variable here, but we haven't defined where it's at in memory space. Just be careful. We're going to have an integer variable. We haven't defined it in memory space yet. Be on the lookout for it. And then to do that, to actually set aside the memory, we need a memory allocation function. And we'll go over that now. So we're going to have prime equal to here we go. Oops. So now I here have prime equal to what is being stored. It's an integer. This is the command malloc. And what's in there? Well, they're in things, this in here of the million, that are size of integer. So if I were doing an array of doubles, this would be double size of double. And then also sometimes that fails. If that fails, we need a check for that. So this is how we check. If uh, prime equals null, we can print something to the screen that says, hey, it didn't get allocated. So you can make your own little error message. And then after that, you can just treat it like its own little, just like an array, like normal. So we build. So let's go ahead and so I'm going to go put a breakpoint here and then a breakpoint here. Okay. So let's go to our, nothing happened, nothing printed, so we allocated the memory fine. We're actually going to go through that was a million and set it equal to 0. That happened fine. Now let's just run the whole program. And there we have the millionth prime. Let's actually check that real quick. Nth prime. Go to the prime database. And there it is. Yep, it's right. Okay, so that's how you allocate memory. If your arrays are getting too big, to do the normal way that we did in the first day of class, you need to allocate memory. This is how you do it with this malloc command right here. So what type of variable you have, size of the type of variable have. This is integer, so these would be both int. If they were doubles, they'd be both doubles. So that's it for now. See you next time.